Okay guys, I gotta feed my hummers. So I'm going to show you how to make the nectar so that you can feed them at home without having to go out and buy it from the store, which is ridiculously expensive for what it is. It's literally just sugar and water. Plus you're not feeding them the dye. The dye isn't necessary. The hummingbird feeder is good enough to attract them. Don't mind my babies having a moment. So I'm going to flip you around and I'm going to show you what I do. Okay, so I have two hummingbird feeders. This is the pot that I use. It you don't need a huge pot. I just have this little one. So I literally just fill it up. Don't mind my dishes because we did breakfast this morning. You know, exciting watching water fill up, but I fill it up to roughly about there because the hummingbird feeders will get full off of this water. So I literally just boil the water. I literally will just boil the water because the hot water is what's going to help the sugar dissolve. And then I put 1 cup of sugar, regular granulated sugar, 1 cup in here. Once it's done boiling, I'll shut the heat off, stir it up until it gets clear, because when you put the sugar in there, it's going to get cloudy. So you stir it up until it gets clear, because that means that all the sugar is dissolved. And then you want to wait until it's completely cooled before you put it into the hummingbird feeders. And you just make sure that the hummingbird feeder is clean, because obviously we don't want to just continually pour sugar water in there, especially depending on the weather. It can grow mold and bacteria. The hummers can develop a bacteria in their mouth that actually closes their mouth and doesn't allow them to eat, and they starve to death. So you want to make sure that you keep the hummingbird feeders clean. There are some people that are like super adamant about it has to be done every 2 to 3 days. I have had no issues with my hummers eating or being cleaned once they're done eating. I do have a lot of them, and so the food does go fairly quickly, so that's probably why I don't have that problem. But if you notice that you only have like maybe a couple of them to where they're not eating as quickly, I would just basically do it once a week. So like pick a day to where you would say, okay, if they haven't finished, then I'm going to dump it out, clean it out, and refill it. If you notice that they're eating it faster, then obviously you're just going to have to do it faster. I have seen a recipe to where you can make this nectar in bulk, but if you're going to do that, which is not a problem, if you're going to do that, put it in the fridge, label it, because it's only good for about 2 to 3 weeks. I think 3 weeks is kind of pushing it. About 2 to 3 weeks. So just label it for the day that you made it so that you can make sure you can get rid of it if you don't use it all. Okay? And they're going to absolutely love it. We love having the hummers around because more recently here in the desert, because it's gotten a lot more humid for some reason, we've had mosquitoes. But last year, we didn't really have that big of an issue with it, and I absolutely 100% believe that it was because we had hummingbirds. So any way that you can attract hummingbirds, dragonflies, any predator of mosquitoes, or any of those little annoying flying bugs is a plus in my book. And it's great for the garden. So let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.